Hey everybody, welcome to the drive-by. This is just a little intro to let you know that we're going to pick up a really cool guy from Houston, a little bit older than me. He's a biker, and his name is Jerry, and he is cool. He has great stories. You're going to love it.
This is the drive-by.
Jerry, how you doing? What's going on tonight, man?
How's it going tonight?
Good, good. How you doing?
Yeah, good as old man can do.
I hear you there.
We got cold beer here, but I spend my life here. I thought I'd go try this other place. I got buddies over there. They call me.
They're hopping here tonight, though, aren't they?
Oh, it was kind of funny. We had a guy come in here about a month or so ago.
Right.
Walked in, a young guy with a beard and cowboy hat on.
Right.
Well, nor could he sing. Paused him his guitar, he sings. Boy, that dude can sing.
Is that right?
Maybe end up famous sometime.
That was entertaining. Was it tonight or when was that?
Well, it's about a month ago, but he just walked in again tonight. Said he didn't know if anybody remembered him, but he was just traveling around. He's just starting, you know what I mean? But the funny thing is, he's been writing songs and singing for years. Man, he can sing. But he's only played the guitar for 11 months.
Wow.
So he's limited on his guitar playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, his song, right? He writes lots of his own music.
Nice.
Man, he can sing. Really super good.
Goes on and sings and passes the hat around, right?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
He sang with some big bands in Louisiana and place. That's where he's originally from, Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
He was telling some big bands over there that he's played, sang with and plays with sometimes, lead off for him and stuff.
Yeah.
But he just sang a Leonard Skinner Simple Man. I'll tell you what.
Nice.
He sang it better than Leonard Skinner's guys can sing.
Nice.
He really sings good. He got one of them voices. He's a big, young dude with a big old beard. Cowboy hat on. He sings really good. I told him in here last time he needs to learn 2 or 3 really good old country songs. So when people nail him on playing an old country song or something, he's got a couple in his back pocket. He just hadn't played long enough to learn him yet.
Give him a couple of Hank Seniors in your back pocket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you get something like that, or like I said, you don't have to pick out which ones you like to play or something like that, but get you a couple of them. And when people are asking that shit, you'll have to be able to just spit it off right there and do it,
Yeah.
But he was singing, he sang for 6 or 7 songs in there just now. He just quit just now right now.
Yeah, you gotta have a couple old tunes in there. Like my old man, he's one that. That's where I listened to Hank Senior. That's from my dad, Some good stuff. Nowadays, I guess, just classic Merle and Buck Owens is old school too,
Yeah. Hey, I don't go over here to Twisted Sisters that much, but I got buddies that go over here all the time.
That's where we're going. Okay, I didn't look closely. I knew we were going in that direction, so we're going to Twisted. Yeah, I go there quite a bit, dropping people off and picking them up.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I used to stop in there every now and then.
Yeah.
When it was Hey Bob's.
Hey Bob's, yeah, back in the day, yeah.
But it was so dark and dingy and everything in that bar, really. I mean, and then when they opened it, sold it, the woman that owns it now, it was her grandmother that redesigned it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, she was a genius because she lightened that whole place up, took that dead bar and turned it into a real, made a real nice bar. And I mean, she really must put some thought in it. So I said, she must have some experience in that. She really did it upright,
Even the outside's brighter.
Yeah, compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
He used to sit that bar in that little corner, and that's just now, that's just the pool tables over there, worked in Baytown then, and I live right up here.
Right.
I drove here to Baytown. I drove 2.5 straight years every day, rain, shine, and multiple winters. Every freaking day. Rain, storms, and every other kind of storm. I waited. I just kept riding till he died.
Yeah. Yeah, I got arthritis, and I'm lucky it ain't twisting me up, but it hurts like hell some days.
I drove in down into south there in San Leon one time to the Roadhouse bar. There's 50 pickup trucks, rainstorm, lightning. There's 50 pickup trucks in the parking lot there, and no motorcycles. And it's a big biker place a lot of times.
Yeah.
Especially on the weekends. So I rode in there, and I guess they were all going, "Holy shit! There's a motorcycle coming in." And that bartender, she was in the Gypsies, young woman. She had 3 or 4 bikes herself.
Yeah.
She said, "That's a fucking Jerry. Jerry don't have no weather. He rides every fucking day regardless of the weather. He don't give a shit." And all them guys were trying to buy me beer when I went in there. And damn, dude. I said, "Dude, I still got a long way to get back to Manville, Texas. I drink 2 beers and I got to get back in the rain and head for home. It ain't getting no closer to me sitting here drinking."
Right. So you work all the way out in Baytown, huh?
Yeah, that's my temporary job. I actually took it as a temporary. I didn't know it was Goodyear. Tying rubber. They called it wingfoot then, but I didn't know. They called that one on out there. I thought, man, it's a long way,
Right.
So I took it as a temporary job, and I quit it in January last year. 13 years later.
13 years for a temporary.
Yeah, it was my temporary job. I kept it for 13 years.
Yeah, I was in the restaurant business my whole life. Now I just got
yeah.
one foot in retirement, one on the gas pedal, just driving around. Was doing Uber, did 25,000 pickups with them, and moved over to Lyft a year and a half ago. I got 4,000 with them, so around 29,000 pickups, 500,000 miles plus on my app. So I've been all over, in and out and around Houston. Not from here, but I feel like I was like a stray dog raised on the streets.
Yeah, you know everything now, right?
Yeah. Know all the neighborhoods. I'm driving around, I'm just amazed at all the change. All of a sudden you drive and there's a gas station, and all of a sudden another one, and all of a sudden a warehouse, and more houses, and more apartment buildings, and you're like, damn.
I live in this subdivision right here on the other end of it.
Huh?
Yeah, I just sold that house. I'm still in it, though. I just sold it this last week, but it's the original model here for Rodeo Palms. The country club. It was the original house. First house ever built.
Nice. Yeah, then across the street, Del Bello Lakes is blowing up too. And this wasn't nothing. There was nothing even here 2 years ago.
No, they just added all this stuff. They built more stuff up here.
Yes, sir.
It's funny. You used to never build a gas station one on the corner. Now they can just about build them anywhere.
Yeah, they got them on side roads and back roads, and everyone, what the hell are they doing one back here? It's like, but.
Well, this church right here, the new one right there.
Yeah.
That's 120 acres. That's the church I go to. That's 120 acres right there.
Yeah.
That's where I take my dog all the time to run him. He loves to run, and I can take him over there and cut him off the leash. I took him today, cut him off the leash, and let him put in 50 miles.
Yeah.
Be done with it. I don't pay no attention. I'll let him run. He start off running circles around, then he go jump in the lake, and then he'll run more circles. And just keep on. I just walk around one lake.
Yeah, I've been in and around that church a lot, bringing people there.
Yeah, they got 6 of them now.
Yeah, I see them elsewhere too.
They got Lake Charles. They open Lake Charles now. They do hope you.
Yeah, branching out.
They got another one on the other side in Friendswood over here.
Yes, sir, Friendswood. Yeah, that's right.
I started going there when we moved here so close. I used to go to church down in off of 45. Down, I lived in me and Cindy lived. My wife died, but we lived in Bayou Vista.
Oh yeah, okay.
And for 12 years. And then a hurricane come in, and tore the house move here, I sold real estate.
Yeah.
And I thought this area is too congested. I thought you can look anywhere but stay away from Pearland and over there. And next thing, this house popped up one morning, and the mortgage lady my wife is dealing with seen it, and they wanted me to come and look at it immediately. So I went over and I looked at it. I wrote the contract while I was inside of it right there. There was a short sale for Bell's Fireman. People owned a business, went to the Murphy's Delis.
Okay.
And so it was a short sale. So I knew when I bought it, the day I bought it, I had $100,000 in equity in it. No matter what happened in the market, you know, I knew I had it.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I don't want to turn that money down. So I guess that's where I'm going to live. You know what I mean? It was a one-day sale. It was only up for one day. I bought it.
Yeah, you know, that's all where you are. That's all developed out and growing. And then you go down 288 Meridiana. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
That's blowing up. It's its own little city all of a sudden down there.
Well, you know, Iowa Colony, my buddy of mine now, he just moved to Austin, but he was been the mayor of Iowa Colony for many years.
Is that right?
And, you know, when they did Meridian, that increased the population 2/3 of the whole Iowa Colony.
Yeah,
went up 2/3 when it opened.
There was nothing down there, yeah.
Well, that's crazy, the number of people. It went up 2/3. The whole city went up 2/3 just for that. I don't know if you ever been over. You ever see that stadium they built over
Yeah.
there? That thing, that's incredible.
You know how I found that thing? It was just funny as hell because I was just starting to drive, right? And I was down. There's a rabbit. I'm down, coming down Manville Highway here, and I'm over by that 7-Eleven and that Bighorn, and I get a call to go out there. So I'm taking the country road back that way. I didn't realize it was hooked up to the backside of Meridiana. I'm like, where the hell am I going? Must be some farmer out here, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then I saw all these lights.
Yeah, you see it at night. That's crazy at night.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, what the hell? That's
Fuck are
how
all
I
these
see it
lights
here.
here? I know it's not a car dealership.
Yeah.
Like this Toyota, this one over here on 288, when it was all lit up even before the cars were there, and it would just glow at night.
Yeah.
I thought, what the hell? Am I going to an alien landing? Is there a spaceship out here?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's this big football stadium. I'm like, it's a stadium. Holy shit, build it and they will come. I just come out of the woods.
Yeah. That's what happened to me. I seen it the same way. My friend of mine owned Bailey's House of Guns.
Yeah.
When I worked Bailey, took me over there, and what he was doing was he wanted to buy. The city bought had that little power station in the city house right there. They bought all that property behind there, right?
Yeah.
And they were going to make a big city hall and everything right there. Well, behind there was another, I don't know how many acres it was, another big, and Bernard was going to buy that and sell big homes, because he seen them homes going in over there, right?
Yeah.
He was going to buy, put up to buy all that property, and he wanted me to show me that property. So I'd never been back here, and he said, come on, I want to show you, me and my wife. He said, come on, I want to show you something. You know, show you the property he was buying. He takes over now. I said, just like you. I said, what is all them lights over there? You ain't never seen that. I go, no, you guys are. Football game going, and all that thing lit up. It's like, you know, it's like, what's this, Yankee Stadium? What the hell's going on here?
Exactly. Huge.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
See a stadium that big in the middle of nowhere like that, and it just like you said, just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then I went driving up, and I went, okay, hell, it's hooked up to Meridiana. Then I was able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because even like when I took the road to Meridiana, I was leaving Manville School, and went over the bridge. I'm like, what the hell is this big bridge to nowhere? There's nothing out here but a goddamn field. And then I go through a whole area of nothing, which now they're developing houses. And then I hit Meridiana. I'm like, oh shit, this hooks up. So like, I'm like putting pieces together in a puzzle, you know? Okay, that's connected here. Now I know because I drive all over the place. But at first I was like, what the hell's this big ass bridge going?
Coming from to build this giant.
Where's this bridge to nowhere going? And then, you know, like the kids from Shadow Creek, they ain't got a football field, so they play in Freedom Field. And it's like, and then Alvin's got their own field, but they're like, hell no, we're doing this field. This one's better.
Well,
you know,
my granddaughter, I thought it was funny. My granddaughter, when she was going to Manville, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you was ninth or 10th grade, you had no choice. If you're on the other side through the 8, you're going to Shadow Creek, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, you stay in Manville. If you're a junior or senior, you had options. You could either go to Shadow Creek or stay in Manville. Well, all the jocks stayed in Manville because they're already on the big good football teams and stuff, right? So the girl lives next door to me, the same age as my granddaughter now. They're both college graduates now, but she stayed over there. And she's a black girl, a young black girl. Here's what she stayed there because all the kids that were transferring, a bunch of brainiacs. So like 27 kids that are the top smart kids over at Manville transferred to Shadow Creek, which raised her up to in the way high in her class, right? And she wanted to go to the University of Louisiana, LSU. So that raised her ranks, you know what I'm saying, to get in there. And I always thought that's pretty smart. She stayed because the rest of them left.
She read the field like a good running back.
Yeah, and my granddaughter, she transferred to Shadow Creek. But she was on, I didn't even notice at the time because I raised my granddaughter since she was born. But I didn't know it at the time. But she was on the football team. She was one of the managers because she's the one that videos all the games.
Oh, yeah?
And then cuts the tapes and puts them all together for training and on the internet, all this kind of stuff. And I asked her, I said, hey, how's your team doing? She doing them in Martin? She goes, Grandpa, they suck because they're all freshmen or sophomores because all the real football players stayed over in Manville, right? And I told her she was the first graduating class of Shadow Creek. And the first one that ever graduated here. And I told her, well, you know, Sydney, they're going to be really good in a couple of years because these guys are going to be experienced. They're playing juniors and seniors as freshmen and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And she said, I don't really give a crap, Grandpa. I'll be gone by then, you know, anyway. I don't care. But the reality was, a couple of years later, after she graduated, she was in college, Shadow Creek. Them guys, that same bunch, it was terrible. They won state championship. Shadow Creek. I told her, I said, I told you, they had 4 years to learn that stuff, you know what I mean? Instead of just a few years. I said, and they've been pounded on for the first couple of years. So I said, they've toughened up now. Now they've
toughened up, exactly.
Yeah, now they're freshmen in Southville. Now they're juniors and seniors. They learned how to play, but now
the boys
they did win, you know.
The boys know how to take a punch now. Well, they're hopping here tonight too.
Well, I figured it'd be better.
Holy shit, Jerry! Yeah, but this place is hopping tonight, man.
I figured I'd give it a shot. Hell, I got buddies over here. So.
Yeah, you're not gonna, and even if they're gone, you're not gonna be alone. Look at the people here.
Oh yeah, this place is always good crowded. The only thing about this bar that I never really super cared about is this bar's real cliquey. It always was, even when it's hate Bob. You know what I mean?
Oh, just a little local stuff?
Got lots of locals here, and all in little groups, you know what I'm saying? All you see the same. I ain't even been in here, and I can tell you who's sitting at this last table over here, who's sitting, I know who they are before I even get in there. You know? They're not bad people. They're always nice to me, but you know, I ain't in their clique. You know?
Right, I hear you.
I'm just a little redneck biker.
Hey, Jerry, it was a pleasure meeting you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, double check, man. Well, that was cool. Jerry, an old redneck biker, even said it himself. Pretty cool. Had good stories. You never know who you're gonna meet. It's fantastic. Good guy. Good guy. Here it is, Saturday night. It's 8:54. And we're going to log out for a little bit. We got an errand to run, and then we're going to get back on the road again. But boy, I tell you what. Oh, this bar is packed tonight. I wonder if they got music. Holy cow. This is like a lot of cars here. More than I usually see. Jerry's going to have a good time. Thank you, Patreon. Thank you, Venmo, Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee, Ding, 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 Chime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us in the drive-by riding shotgun. I sure do appreciate it. Your time is very valuable, and you spend it with me, driving around, meeting people in Houston, meeting some cool Houstonians. Jerry's been here all his life. He was a fun guy. He had a good story. Kind of sad that him and his wife moved out there, and then she passed. Life stories, man. They get you. But thank you for spending your time with us. I do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart to the top of my soul, I see you, I thank you. In the words of Ringo, peace and love, everybody. Peace and love, yes. Love, love, love. All you need is love, right, John? That's right. And I appreciate you just hanging out with me tonight. Love you. Bye.